Hello and welcome to the Hub. I'm Sam,
I'm Matt,
and today we're going to be,
reviewing Doctor Who.
yeah, the latest episode of what can only be described as a slow season.
hmm
Um, in hindsight, looking back, because hindsight is 2020, I was very much looking forward to this season. I thought it was going to be big, I thought it was going to be bold, and I thought it was going to be brash. But it's just kind of been average, normal. Like,
It feels like that the release of that, because I've got to I could be wrong, but I've got to imagine they never would have put the master in the teaser for the beginning if the news hadn't been leaked. I feel like that news has kind of put a damper on everything. I keep on sitting here waiting for that to happen and just been shrugging along with these episodes that get to nothing really. I think they took I'll give them point. They took a stab in the dark with the three-parter thing, but it didn't work, and so it felt like it dragged. And this wasn't much different for me.
yeah, I spend most of the time watching it expecting like a big kind of, not necessarily the master or anything like that, just like a big thing that goes down, like something decent to happen, to be like, that was good. But that never happens like in any of the episodes. It seems like every episode that is like a political message, you
Oh
know what
yeah,
I
did
mean?
you know imperialism was bad?
mm. um
Is
you got the whole queen thing and the woman thing. It's like, all these men are going on. I'd like a woman's opinion. There was that, and then the woman police officer jibe, and it's like, really, like, these episodes kind of strike me as kind of, in America you have a 22 episode season and you have a lot of good episodes, and then every so often they'll throw in an episode that kind of is just there, it kind of goes nowhere, and that's pretty much what all this season has been.
yeah, it's Doctor Who at its heart. At least since it came back anyway, it is an episodic thing. It's just the episodes haven't been great, and it's like you have they have this hook in it. You know, it's not with Missy and that continuous thing like they kind of had with the Doctor getting shot at the beginning of season 6, I think that was right.
7.
But it it's petering out. You keep on teasing something
Good
cool's gonna
one.
happen, and I'd rather see that than what I'm watching.
um Yeah, I guess the whole Missy thing is the thread that's holding everything together, but there's no excitement in that. It's just him rehabilitating her. Look, we know she's in the vault. That was whack. Um, there was no kind of surprises there. John Sim being in there would have been a surprise. Missy being in there, not so much. So that's the kind of serial thing at the end of the episode that keeps like building up towards something, which is her probably going to end up wiping herself out the timeline because they end up killing each other, so the master don't exist, which will get fixed later down the line or whatever. That's kind of what that's going towards. So yeah, Doctor Who's minding his own business, and then like they're looking at the polar ice caps on Mars, and they melt them or see through them with this technology, and it says "God save the Queen." So they're like, how does that get there? So they TARDIS over there, and then I guess Bill kind of falls down a hole, and then Nardole kind of goes off to the TARDIS and goes back, and then he's chilling there and he can't get back.
What's the point of Matt Lucas being in like the cast thing and being teased as the main cast member if he's just going to conveniently fall out of the episode every time?
Um, I don't know. See, sometimes I kind of like him, and it's interesting
I
that,
like him. I don't have a problem with the character. I'm just frustrated by the fact that he keeps on disappearing.
I don't know. But in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, Michelle Gomez, who plays Missy, she says she's dropping out after this season. Obviously, Pete's leaving. Bill Potts will be leaving. But
Maybe.
like, there's really been no announcement on like what Nardole's doing.
Oh, he's
So,
not staying, is he?
well, I don't know.
There's no way if everyone else leaves. Bill might stay, we still don't know yet. There's
No,
no
get
way
rid
if
of
everyone
him.
else leaves that he's going to stick on.
I kind of like him.
Well, sure, but he's not going to stay on if everyone else goes, is he? That would be weird.
Eh,
What,
but
especially someone who's so heavily tied to the Peter Capaldi version.
well, not really, because he only popped up in the Christmas episode. Then he's kind of popped up barely in this thing. So really, what's the point of having him in there at all? You know what I mean? If you ain't like building him up towards something, that's why they're kind of going all out with Bill. They don't want to share the kind of screen time, because they know she's on her way.
Maybe.
So I don't want to be that guy who's ragging on who. You feel me? A positive of the episode was the Martian laser beams,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I'm going to call them, even though they're not really laser beams, but transmogrifying weaponry that that
Is that the
turned
word?
that turned them into parcels.
Yeah.
That was
That's
pretty.
cool. That was cool. That was probably the highlight of the episode.
That was very cool. So yeah, that was cool. That was about it. I mean, I just weren't feeling it. I was not. There was no part of it that excited me.
No, I mean, to recap, we were at the bit where Nardole gets taken off, right?
Yeah,
And then suddenly an ice warrior pops out of nowhere.
yeah, but it's cool. It's called Friday, and it turns out that basically he crashed his ship, and then the Victorians helped him, and they took him back to Mars, and then they're kind of just drilling through a wall, and that leads to a sarcophagi, of which is an ice warrior queen, and then there's a guy in there greedy for the gems, and they get the gems, and then but somehow that makes her come alive, and then yeah, there's like a big war, and then like one of the majors is like a coward, and then he turns out not to be a coward and is like, kill me, sacrifice my life, and then that turns to nothing, and then back on Earth, I guess, Nardole goes and gets Missy and is like, yo, I need your help, and then there's the it'd be easier if I show you as opposed to telling you, which for some reason he goes for, even though he knows she's pretty dangerous. But
Yeah, and he's the one that's been banging on about how the Doctor needs to keep in place and keep Missy there, but then he lets her up for some reason.
So I mean, really, that was a bit random. And then at the end, Doctor Who goes into the TARDIS, and she's like there.
This episode just felt like I've complained about a lot this season of things they've done before, but are doing it not quite as good. Like, this felt like the Mummy mixed with that two-parter from Matt Smith's season, like the Beast Below or something like that, whatever it was, with like the reptilian people, and it's all like
Silurians.
yeah, that's it. And it's all, oh, the planet's theirs. You can't just come in and take it and blah blah blah. That was better.
Yeah.
This was just a nail on the head. Imperialism. Why are they doing stuff about imperialism?
Well, the Silurian one was better because you had the thing with the tear in the fabric of reality. That was a cool thing, and then you had Rory get zapped into it at the end. That was cool because then she forgot all about him.
Right, and it didn't all conveniently work out in the end in that one either.
No.
Whereas this, it just felt like they're hitting you over the head with a message again.
Let's talk numbers.
I mean, 6.5.
Um, I hate to do it to my boy, but I've got to drop it low. I've got to give it a 6.
Hmm.
It's just, I was hoping for a strong, singular episode that was going to do it big at least. I wanted something, man, because I guess next episode, I'm giving it a 6. I'm laying that down now. Disappointing, slow. I was expecting they could throw everything at once. Maybe they're just literally saving everything for the final episode, and that 3-part thing or 2-part thing is going to be amazing. Because I thought it was going to be a 3-part finale, and like next episode, some weird, like, monster thingy. So I guess like the Cybermen thing is going to be a 2-part thing, unless like the Cybermen pop up at the end of this episode and they count that as a 3-parter, kind of like how they did with the last 3-parter, where nothing happened till it turned out there was an invasion in the last couple seconds, and then that was the first part of the 3-parter.
It hasn't been a great episode yet of the season. Some people like the first episode. For me, second episode wasn't good either, and then from that I can't even remember what happened before we get to the 3-parters. The last season.
The first few episodes were building, as I like to call it, and then she's relaxed into it. She where she at, and it's just been. It's like building episodes, but without the need to build Bill, because she's kind of solid. So it's just like whack.
Yeah, the best episode so far, I think, is probably the one where they're in space with the suits that were trying to kill them or something.
Yeah, because that was kind of mature. So that's why I thought that was cool, because the zombies kind of looked scary. So yeah, next episode they're probably going for it again, but it's not going to be very exciting. I'm hoping they have the Cybermen at the end so we know something's popping up, but really it's going to be the last 2 episodes. I mean, we're going to get Doctor Who regenerating, is going to get blasted in the last episode, or whatever happens in the last episode, so that's going to trigger the regeneration. So we're going to get some of that action going on. So maybe the last 5 minutes of the last episode are going to be epic, but apart from that, it's going to be a long slog. I'm Sam, and you know to keep it on the Superhero Hub next time.